Thank you for tuning in to part 3 of Mindfulness Made Easy. Here I'm just trying to deliver a few pointers for mindfulness meditation, or really for most meditation practices. And I want to thank everyone for tuning into this. And I've been receiving quite a few emails, questions, and things like that. Please do keep those coming. You can find my email address on my website, www.suchsweetthunder.org. Always lovely to receive comments and questions. It lets me know that people are engaging with the teachings, which is the point. Okay, so if you've watched episode 1 and 2 of this, you know that body scanning is a big part of the practice, and I really find it hard to emphasize the importance of body scanning enough. It's really, really quite important. In fact, there are 2 other videos on the website where I simply just talk about the importance of body scanning. Very, very important practice, grounding the awareness in the body. Now, when I give teachings on body scanning, oftentimes people want to visualize their body while we go through the body. We generally scan from the top of the head to the bottoms of the feet. By the way, the reason why we go in that direction from the top of the head to the bottoms of the feet is that it helps quiet the energy in the body. So we're going from the top down, so we're lowering the energy in the body. That can help quiet the thoughts, allowing the thoughts to subside. However, if drowsiness or sleepiness is one of the obstacles in your own meditation practice, if you scan from the bottoms of the feet going up to the top of the head, that raises the energy in the body and the mind, so that can help keep one awake. But generally, I find that the busyness of the mind, the overthinking, is more common of an obstacle, and so that's why I like to go from the top of the head down like that. Okay, so while we're body scanning, oftentimes people want to visualize their body. Actually, that's not productive for this practice. We want to get away from the tendency of visualization of the body when we body scan. And that is so because we're actually trying to feel the inside of the body, if you will, or feeling the energy in the body. So if we're visualizing the body, we're actually locking the body into the concept. This practice, we're actually trying to recover the sensations of the body from the conceptual mind. So allowing the visualizations to go, feeling the body at the top of the head, not visualizing the top of the head, but just feeling the energy at the top of the head, scanning through the back of the head, feeling the back of the neck, not visualizing the back of the neck, but actually feeling the back of the neck. So I just give a little example of that. I think many people have found this helpful. And so we just put our arms out, letting the hands dangle like that. I call this the Frankenstein pose for obvious reasons. So if you can see, I hope this is good. Yeah, put your hands out like that, just letting them hang there at the end of the wrists. And as the hands are hanging there, don't visualize the hands. Don't think about the hands, but actually feel the hands hanging there. Just try to feel the inside of the hands. There might be a warmth in the palms of the hands, or perhaps a tingling in the fingers. Or you might just feel the gravitational pull in the hands. That's fine. And if you begin to visualize the hands, just label that thinking, allowing those visualizations to go and coming back to feeling the energy in the hands. Okay, so if if your arms are still up, you can put those down now. So hopefully that was able to elicit a sort of a feeling there. And if you can just feel the hands existing at the end of the wrists, that's it. That's the idea. And so we try to bring that awareness of existence through the entire body like that. So again, not visualizing the body, but feeling the body from the inside out like that. Okay. The second point that I want to talk about is what I call the mindfulness circle. Now, this has probably been used in many mindfulness teachers' teachings, but I have a little bit of a twist on it myself that I find to be quite helpful. Now, firstly, I designed it on a Zen Enzo, which I find to be quite aesthetically pleasing. Whoops, we want to get that away. There we go. Whoops. Let's see. How do we get out of that? Okay, here we go. So I hope everyone can see that. There. Okay, the Zen Enzo mindfulness circle. And so we start with the object of attention. That's up there at the top. And so with mindfulness practice, the object of attention is generally the breath, although it can also be the body and the sounds. That's how I like to teach it. We start with the breath, body, the sounds of the present moment. If breath and body are hard, or it's difficult for some people to rest with the breath, rest with the body, start with the sounds, and then come back to the body and then the breath, so you can do it in the opposite direction. That's fine. In any case, let's just say we're using the breath. Breath is the object of attention. Then we get distracted. Our mind is, oh, wow, I am watching this mindfulness video, but I really should be grocery shopping. Wow, I have to go to the grocery store today. I can't believe I forgot to go to the grocery store yesterday. I'm out of eggs and I have to buy milk. Oh, my brother really makes really great omelets with eggs. And I should call my brother. I haven't talked to my brother. There, you're thinking. So that's the distraction. So at 6 o'clock here, we recognize the distraction. That's when we say thinking. Oh, I'm thinking. Just recognizing the distraction. In that recognition, there is a return. You say, I'm thinking. That awareness of the distraction dispels the distraction. Why? Because distraction is an unaware state. So awareness and unawareness can't coexist. Simple. So you say thinking, cancels out the distraction, allows that thought to go. Then embrace the return. Feel what it feels like to come back to the present moment. You are distracted, your mind is closed down, you're just in that thinking process. You're wherever that thought takes you. You're no longer feeling the breath, you're no longer aware of the clothing on your skin, you're no longer hearing the sounds in the silence, you're just in that thought. It's a very contracted, closed, collapsed down experience. When you say thinking, poof, that thought goes, and you actually open up. You come back to the breath, feeling the body, allowing the body to rest, noticing the sensations, hearing the birds singing, hearing the music coming from the neighbor, whatever it is, coming back to the present moment. It's this open, expansive experience. It feels good. So embracing the return means memorizing the difference between that closed down, contracted, heavy with thought experience and the open, resting, wide vastness of the present moment experience. Noticing that difference, that's quite important. That's the embracing of the return, and then as we return, we start back again in the present moment, as I mentioned, the breath, the body, the sounds. Now, the great thing about the mindfulness diagram here, the circle, the Enzo, is that we start to see that this can be done not only with meditation, but it can be done anytime, all the time, with anything. Let's take the example of doing computer work. So now the computer work is the object of attention, right? So we're doing typing, we're hearing the keys click, 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 click. As we're typing, we're looking at the screen, we're paying close attention to what we're writing, each sentence making sense, no typos, in the present moment. Then my mind is, oh, I'm so glad it's Friday. I'm looking forward to this weekend. It's going to be a great weekend, going to the baseball game with my friends and maybe going to see that concert on Sunday. And wow, yeah, I've worked hard all week, so, oh, I'm distracted. That's recognizing the distraction. That's at 6 o'clock there, right? Once that recognition happens, those thoughts go. Embracing the return, feeling the breath, feeling the clothing on the skin, noticing the sound of the keys against the keyboard, returning back to what's being written on the screen, correcting any typos, embracing the return, noticing the difference between the collapsed down thoughts about the weekend and the relief of being in the present moment. Then we start again, like that. It can be done with anything. Washing the dishes, taking a shower, sweeping the floor, raking the leaves. Anything can be done in this mindfulness. And the great thing about that, put this away, the great thing about doing this in day-to-day life is that each time we recognize the difference between that collapsed down, distracted state and that open, present moment awareness, each time we embrace that return, we've done another rep with the awareness barbell. We're lifting the awareness and attention weights, getting stronger with awareness, stronger with attention, more confident and resting in the present moment. So we are cultivating that awareness and attention in meditation with the breath, the body, distracted, coming back. But now we can do it all the time, anytime. And so that might seem a bit much to try to do it all the time, every moment of every day, particularly if you're just beginning a practice like this. So what I often ask people who work with me one-on-one or people who I teach, I ask them to pick one activity, just one. It can be, as I mentioned, washing the dishes or brushing your teeth. One activity that you do every day. And do that activity with mindfulness and with this circle. And then do it for 2 weeks. Keep a journal. It could be, okay, so today I was washing the dishes and I felt the water on my hands and I was smelling the soap, and then I got distracted. I was thinking about what I should cook for dinner tomorrow and that I have to go to the grocery store. Oh, and then I became aware again. I was able to let those thoughts go. I was able to come back, see the dirt coming off the grease coming off the dish, smelling the soap, hearing the water, seeing the trees out the window, and so forth. So writing it all down. Anything you remember after the experience. Could be maybe you start mindfulness of washing the dishes one day and you just forget and you're just in thought the whole time. No big deal. Write that down, let that go, come back next time. Maybe you'll be more present next time, maybe not. But it is a practice. There will be days where you feel very present. There will be days where you feel very distracted. That's normal. But do write it down, keep a journal. After 2 weeks, go to another topic, another activity. Could be taking a shower. Again, keeping a journal for those 2 weeks. You don't have to add, so you wouldn't do dishes and then adding, taking a shower and then adding, brushing your teeth and then adding, driving to work. But just drop the first one, go to the second one, drop the second one, go to the third one. Your body, after 2 weeks, it'll be a bit of a habit anyway. Your body, your mind will remember how to be mindful in those situations. You don't have to weigh it down more and more like that. It'll just remember naturally. So eventually, 6 months, 8 months, you will be mindful throughout the whole day. So just doing it in one task at a time, like that. So there's no hurry to get there. But 6 months, 8 months, a year later, your whole day will be in present moment awareness. So I think that's all I want to say today. Again, do keep those questions and comments coming. You can message me here on Facebook, on Instagram, email me through my website. The website again, www.suchsweetthunder.org. And I'll ring the bell.